Sometimes after being hurt too many times, a person slowly starts changing. Not loudly, not dramatically, just quietly. They stop expressing themselves the same way, they stop trusting easily, they stop expecting too much from people. And after a while, they convince themselves that becoming emotionally distant is the safest way to live. Because when someone experiences enough disappointment, betrayal, or emotional exhaustion, the heart naturally wants protection. So people start building walls. They become less available, less expressive, less open, not because they no longer care, but because caring started hurting too much. And honestly, that is one of the saddest parts of emotional pain. It can slowly turn soft people emotionally cold, not intentionally, just as a survival response. And at first, emotional numbness feels powerful. You stop reacting as much, you stop getting attached as easily, you stop letting people affect you deeply. But over time, that same numbness can also disconnect you from peace, warmth, and genuine connection. Because healing was never supposed to turn your heart into stone. Protecting yourself is important. Having boundaries is important. But there is a difference between protecting your heart and completely shutting it down. Some people become so afraid of getting hurt again that they stop allowing themselves to feel anything deeply. They stop being vulnerable, they stop expressing love openly, they stop trusting kindness, and eventually they begin living emotionally guarded all the time. Always alert, always distant, always preparing for disappointment. That kind of life becomes exhausting, because deep down, most emotionally cold people are not heartless. They are hurt. There is usually an old pain underneath the distance, a version of them that once cared deeply, once trusted deeply, once gave too much of themselves to people who did not handle their heart carefully, and now they are trying to survive by feeling less. But healing does not happen by becoming emotionally empty. Real healing happens when you learn balance, when you learn how to stay soft without losing yourself, when you learn that boundaries are healthier than emotional walls, because emotional walls keep pain out, but they also keep love out. And maybe that is why so many emotionally exhausted people secretly feel lonely. They want connection, but fear vulnerability at the same time. They want closeness, but fear disappointment. So they push people away before anyone gets too close. And honestly, healing begins when you realize that becoming emotionally cold is not the same thing as becoming emotionally strong. Strength is not pretending nothing affects you. Strength is feeling deeply without letting pain destroy your identity. It is learning how to protect your peace without losing your softness. And softness is not weakness. Being emotionally kind is not weakness. Being gentle is not weakness. Having a soft heart is not weakness. The real strength is remaining soft in a world that constantly tries to harden you. Because life will hurt you sometimes. People will disappoint you. Some connections will break your heart. Some experiences will change you forever. But becoming cold will never truly heal the pain. It only hides it. And hidden pain always finds ways to return. So maybe healing is not becoming someone who no longer feels. Maybe healing is becoming someone who feels safely. Someone who no longer abandons themselves for others. Someone who knows when to walk away. Someone who protects their peace without losing their ability to love genuinely. And slowly, that changes everything. Because a healed heart is not a cold heart. It is a heart that finally learned balance, a heart that still feels deeply, but no longer destroys itself in the process.